Today, we're diving into a really powerful story from the 1982 war in Lebanon. It's a personal account that shows you just how the deadliest things in war can sometimes hide in the most innocent-looking packages.
So I want you to picture this. It's the middle of the night in Lebanon's Bekaa Valley. And the darkness, it isn't quiet. It's constantly being ripped apart by the fire of incoming rockets.
The air itself is shaking. We're not just talking about sound. We're talking about the kind of physical shock from explosions that you feel deep in your bones. The ground is literally trembling.
And then you look up. Overhead, the wailing of missile launchers and anti-aircraft guns paints this terrifying symphony across the night sky. But here's the thing. What sounds like pure chaos to an adult can sound very, very different to a child. Yeah, for the adults, this whole symphony was a sign of impending doom. It was absolutely terrifying. But for a kid, it was something else entirely.
And this slide really nails that contrast. While the adults are seeing nothing but catastrophe, our narrator, who was just a young boy, was completely captivated by it all. The tanks, the planes, the news reports every day. To him, it was just one big, exciting game. He remembers this one day in particular where the sky itself just became a battlefield. He's watching these jets fighting way up high, some of them falling out of the sky in flames. And then you have pieces of metal, bombs, and these glittery aluminum fibers, the stuff they used to jam radar, just raining down on the villages below. He says it was more real to him than any Star Wars movie. So the next morning, there's a bit of a lull in the fighting. The boy's mom lets him go out into the backyard, but she gives him one rule: do not leave. And it's out there playing with his little sister Miriam that he finds something weird. Just lying there in the dirt is this strange metal object. He's never seen anything like it. It's small, about the size of an apricot. And without a second thought, his curiosity just takes over, and he picks it up. His little sister, though, she immediately says what she's thinking. It might be a bomb. But he just laughs. Come on, it's tiny. He's thinking it's too small to even hurt a bird. And so, totally convinced it's some kind of cool discovery, he decides he's got to test it. So, he backs up and just chucks it against a wall with all his strength. Nothing happens. He throws it a second time, then a third. He even finds this big rock and just smashes it down on the object. Still nothing. Okay, so by now, he's completely sure this thing is harmless. He's holding his new prize, wondering, what do I do with this? Is it some advanced piece of tech from a fighter jet? And then an idea hits him. I'll show it to my neighbor, Abu Muhammad. He'll probably know what it is. So he runs upstairs, just beaming with pride over what he found, completely and totally unaware that he is carrying death itself in his hands. He gets to his neighbor's apartment and finds him coming out of the kitchen. Abu Muhammad greets him warmly, but the boy is just way too excited, way too impatient to just walk over and show it to him. He's standing maybe 20 feet away, and he just smiles and shouts, "Okay, catch this thing." And just like that, he tosses the heavy metal object in a high arc right towards his neighbor. In an instant, that friendly expression on his neighbor's face just vanishes. As he sees this thing flying toward him, his face completely transforms into a mask of pure, absolute panic. And this, right here, is the turning point of the entire story. It's that exact moment where a child's game collides head-on with the lethal, unforgiving reality of war. As Abu Muhammad stretches his hands out to try and catch it, he screams these words that just freeze the boy right where he stands. Words that sound like they came from the depths of his soul. "You've killed us." In that one horrifying moment, the boy finally gets it. This was never a toy. It was a cluster submunition, a bomblet. A weapon designed to do one thing: explode and spray a huge area with a devastating and totally indiscriminate shower of steel shrapnel. For a second, that must have felt like an eternity. The neighbor fumbles the catch. He's juggling this live bomb. It's bouncing between his hands. And all the while, his little 4-year-old daughter is standing right there, frozen, between the two of them. Then, miraculously, he gets a firm grip on it. So, with the immediate danger over, the aftermath unfolds in this crazy rush of adrenaline, anger, and of course, profound relief. The neighbor, he's still shaking from the shock, and he turns all his anger on the boy, screaming, "You almost destroyed my house and killed us all." The boy, absolutely terrified, just bolts. He describes himself flying down the stairs like a genie. Later, the neighbor gives the bomblet to a Syrian soldier, who, of course, knows exactly how dangerous it is. He takes it to a safe place and detonates it with a single rifle shot. And this all brings us to the narrator's final powerful reflection on what happened. He says they were saved twice that day. First, from the enemy who dropped the bomb in the first place. And second, from a child's own innocent but very nearly fatal mistake. And that really leaves us with a final lingering thought. This is one story of survival, a story of an incredible near miss against the hidden, indiscriminate dangers of war. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many other stories just like this, but with far more tragic endings, are out there, completely unheard?